Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into something really fascinating.
Quantum entanglement.
Exactly. And this idea that it might, well, break the universe's speed limit.
Faster than light effects, yeah.
Yeah.
It's mind-bending stuff.
So you want a quick solid take on this? We've got some great sources, bits from an article, Quantum Entanglement Faster Than Light, and that key 2013 paper by Yin's team.
That's the one. From Physical Review Letters.
Right. So our mission today is basically to unpack this seemingly impossible connection. What does it actually mean?
Well, it sounds like sci-fi, but it's very real physics. The core idea is this strange link
Between particles.
between two or more particles, yeah.
Yeah,
They become intertwined, linked so deeply that they share the same quantum state.
No matter how far apart they are.
Doesn't matter, across the room or across the galaxy.
Okay, so let's try the classic analogy. Like you have two special coins, link.
Uh-huh.
Until you look, each one is sort of heads and tails. But the second you see one is heads.
Boom. The other one is instantly tails.
Instantly. Even if it's light years away, is that roughly it?
That's a really good way to picture the core concept, yes. Now think about that 2013 experiment. Wang Yin and his colleagues in China.
Right, you mentioned them.
They really put this to the test, a rigorous one. They created pairs of entangled photons, little packets of light,
Okay.
and then they separated them by over 15 kilometers.
15 kilometers, that's quite a distance for something so delicate.
It is a real experimental challenge. So what happened?
Yeah, what did they see when they, measured one of those photons?
This is where it gets, well, spooky, as Einstein called it. When they measured a property, like the polarization of one photon, its entangled partner, 15 kilometers away, instantly showed the correlated state.
Instantly. Like zero delay.
As far as they could measure, yes. A simultaneous change, not just correlation, but an immediate mirroring.
And the article we read really pushed this point about the speed, didn't it? What was the number?
Their calculations showed the influence, whatever it is, traveled at least 10,000 times the speed of light.
10,000 times.
And that was just the lower limit their equipment could detect. It could be much faster, maybe even infinite.
Wow. Okay, but hang on. Einstein. Speed of light, universal speed limit. Right. Nothing faster.
Exactly. That's the bedrock of relativity.
Yeah.
C is the limit. So this entanglement result seems to just fly in the face of
It really throws a wrench in things, doesn't it?
It certainly challenges our standard picture of cause and effect across space.
And this is crucial. The sources were clear. You can't actually send, a message this way, right? Not faster than light.
That's the critical distinction. Absolutely key. It's not communication in the conventional sense.
So why not?
Think about the coins again. You see one is heads. You instantly know the other is tails.
Right.
But you didn't send the information. It's tails from one to the other.
Yeah.
And you couldn't force the first coin to be heads to send a deliberate signal.
Ah, okay. It's a correlation that's already there, revealed simultaneously. Not a controllable signal being sent.
Precisely. It's a shared state. But
Yeah.
still, that simultaneous correlation across vast distances, how?
Yeah, how does that connection work if it's not sending something through space in the normal way? The article mentioned it might be instantaneous or even, what was it, beyond time.
That's where we get into really deep waters.
But
Is it truly instantaneous? Or is our whole concept of time and separation maybe not the full picture at the quantum level?
so it hints at something deeper.
It strongly suggests there's a connection, an interconnectedness, that isn't limited by the speed of light. It opens doors to potentially new physics, a different understanding of reality itself.
Okay, let's wrap this up. The big takeaway seems to be quantum entanglement shows this bizarre, instantaneous seeming link between particles.
Uh-huh. It appears to defy the cosmic speed limit.
But crucially, it's not faster than light communication as we normally think of it.
Right. It's more like a shared destiny, revealed at the same moment, hinting at a much deeper connection in the universe than we usually perceive.
Which leads to a final thought, something for you to chew on.
Yeah, consider this.
Yeah.
What if this kind of instantaneous connection isn't just for tiny particles?
Ooh.
What if other things in the universe, maybe on much larger scales, are connected in ways that operate outside our normal rules of space and time? What would that imply about reality?